players that are moving from pro basketball back to college, which is insane.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's
I don't get it. I mean, you have your finger on the pulse of basketball much more than I do. So
okay.
you have a player that in the 2023 draft was taken as the first pick of the second round. That was, yeah, 2 years ago. He goes and plays in Europe or wherever and is coming back, and the NCAA granted him eligibility, and he's going to start playing for Baylor mid-season. He gets to start playing for Baylor right now.
This guy, James Nagy, he played for FC Barcelona, which a player playing in Europe for a pro club team like in FC Barcelona, that's not unheard of when they're still minors. But the fact that he then got drafted, which and that's happened before too, where players get drafted and they stay overseas. The NBA team wants them to stay overseas to develop. Like that even happened with Ginobili for a couple years. This isn't unheard of. But then to now come back to college when even though he hasn't been there before, that is crazy.
Well, and even there are players that have announced for the draft, and then in the time period from announcement to the draft, do some research and find out they're not going to go as high as they thought or hoped, and then they redeclare back into college.
There's another guy, Trenton Flowers. He played high school, then he went with the overseas route, playing in the NBL in Australia. Went undrafted, but signed with the Clippers. He's played in the G League now for 2 years. There's rumors that he's looking at colleges and that colleges have been talking to him to come back. And I remember scouting him, and I had a second round grade on this guy, even though he ultimately went undrafted. But he's been playing NBA basketball. And another one, which this is a pretty big name, Kenny Lofton Jr. This guy has played in NBA games. I remember watching him 2 years ago for the Grizzlies, and it was an end of the season game, really didn't matter, so he got a lot of playing time. He had a 40-point game in an NBA game. And this past year, he won MVP of the Chinese Basketball League. So he's dominating overseas. He just said the other day that he's going to go back to Louisiana Tech, which that's where he played basketball. He hasn't officially signed there yet. So whether he actually does go back there, but if he does, that is crazy. Someone who has dropped 40 points in an NBA game going back to college.
I don't get it.
It's messed up.